Do you believe that there should be a law against men going up to windows to watch women undress?
Yes, of course I do.
Then why is it okay for a man to legally walk into a woman's locker room?
Okay. My question
Well,
for
hold on.
you-
No, it's illegal to look through a window at a woman undress. Why should it be legal to walk into a locker room to watch women undress?
Well, that's assuming that they are going in there to watch women undress when they are actually going in there for a space for them to undress themselves in a space where they feel comfortable.
Why can't they do that in the sex that was on their birth certificate? Why can't they undress alongside other men if they're a man? They could put a dress on in that locker room, but they're just around other men.
Why do you want them to so badly?
Well, because I think women should be protected from perverts. Like, what is to prevent a regular guy on the campus of Boise State say that I'm a girl and he just walks into the girls' locker room? At what point are you okay with them walking into the locker room? What do they have to do to satisfy you to be allowed into the women's locker room?
Not be perverts or not going
No,
in
but
there to be
How do you
around
know?
women in a
If all of a
private
sudden,
space.
if all of a sudden one of these guys, all of a sudden put on a dress, put on a wig, and just walked into the locker room with the full intent to watch women undress, which unfortunately is a lot of perverts, are you okay with that? How do you know they're not a pervert?
I am not okay with someone walking into a bathroom or a locker room with the intent of watching women undress, but the baseline disagreement, that the misunderstanding, and we can't.
We
I don't
don't
think.
know all the intent. The point is that we keep men and women separate because a lot of men want to see naked women, so we don't allow
Okay,
them in
here's
locker
my
rooms
question
together.
for you. There are a lot of transgender men assigned female at birth who, quite honestly, look more masculine and more like a man than you do. Do you really
Oh,
want them
wow.
in the
Well,
women's
so
bathroom?
that's an interesting thing. Just because you have a good costume does not mean you are the person that you seek to be. If you dress as Julius Caesar, you're not in control of the Roman Empire. Your costume does not dictate your reality.
Why is it not reasonable for Christians to end up with left-leaning politics or liberal politics or progressive politics?
Well, because the Bible equally, if not more, talks about order and structure and borders. The entire book of Nehemiah is around building the wall. And 1 Corinthians says that God is a God of order. And understand that, is it telling the state to do that or the person to do that? We should all care for the poor personally, individually, and through our churches. Is it the role of the state? That is to be debated. Equally, if you're on the left, you're also denying God's design of male and female, God's design of where life is created at conception. You're also at war with this idea of the proper role of the state. And let's just say this, the bigger the government, the smaller the citizen and the smaller the church. We see this in Europe. As government gets bigger, the church gets smaller. And so while I'm not going to say that there's the misunderstanding of Scripture is that government is here to save you. We believe that God is here to save you. We believe government should be small but strong to do moral and righteous and good things while we're here on this earth for God's purposes. But we want the church to be big and the government to be small.